Hey guys, welcome back to a new episode with Moose Talk. I'm your host, Mustafa, and today we're gonna talk about challenges. Challenges are a big part of our lives. It happens on a daily basis. It can happen with your family, it can happen at work, it can happen anywhere. And what I wanted to address today is how to stay hopeful and how to tackle those challenges because life in general is full of challenges. Unfortunately, sometimes life takes us down and sometimes it doesn't. And when it doesn't, we just get into a comfort zone. The comfort zone feels really nice in the moment, but then we don't invest our energy in the future. What does that mean? It means that we need to tackle those challenges. And if we don't do that, then it's going to get us later. How do we do that? How do we tackle our daily challenges? How do we tackle our long term challenges? And how do we get out of it? How do we stay positive? Um, it's a lot of easy steps. And again, this is me talking to myself, and hopefully, you guys watching will relate to what I'm saying. And again, if I can reach to just one person, that goal has been achieved. My intentions are only to share my experiences and help others if I can. And I would appreciate any comments or any feedback that you guys would allow me to progress this podcast forward. Now, let's talk about what can we do to address those challenges, those daily challenges. What do we do? How do we approach this? And etc. So, the first thing that I always say to myself is create a daily routine. What does that mean? Does it mean to just keep doing what you're doing on a daily basis? To challenge yourself on a daily basis? Yes. Basically, waking up in the morning, setting up an hour just for yourself. You wake up a little bit earlier. I know some of us cannot do that. We love our sleep, our, what do we call it? Our beauty sleep. And the best thing to do so is by creating this daily routine where we just wake up and we take care of ourselves. How do we take care of ourselves? Take care of our hygiene, take care of our just mental health. Try to meditate. Some of us like to pray. Some of us like to just sit in silence for 20 minutes and do nothing. I know that sounds really terrible and it sounds very challenging, but again, that's a challenge. When you challenge yourself and when you put yourself in those situations, it's going to be really difficult for you to be triggered by anything during the day. And I'm speaking through experience. I'm not speaking out of line. I want to help everyone. I want to show everyone some of my ways that would help me tackle the day. Make sure that you surround yourself with family. Make sure you surround yourself with friends. If your family is not being supportive, that's okay. It happens to all of us. It happens to everyone. What can we do to address this? What can we do something about it? We can find really positive people to hang around with, to learn from. A friendship is about learning from one another. It's about benefiting one another. I'm not here to make friends I'm not here to make money off of my friends, but I'm here to make genuine connections. I'm here to make connections where I can genuinely trust the person that I'm speaking with. Let's say I have a friend who's constantly trying to show me, hey man, this I do this thing and it really works for me. But then when I fall into an uncomfortable situation, I say to myself, oh, you know what? Maybe this would have worked. Here's the thing: when it comes to challenging yourself, it's it's the best thing we can do for ourselves. How so? When we challenge ourselves, we put ourselves in an uncomfortable situation. Nothing comes easy, and when it comes easy, it goes easy. But to grow muscles on your body, for example, to stay fit, to be in a good shape, we have to work out. We have to work hard for it. We have to lift weights or do cardio, or I don't know, do sit-ups, do push-ups, anything to keep ourselves fit. If we don't do any of those things, we're just gonna be eating, and then our body's gonna be shaped the way that we eat. You are what you eat, and that is very true. So, putting some intentions towards it and challenging ourselves towards working out will get us in a fit position where it will constantly feel good, and you will see that progression over a certain period of time. When we work out, we feel great. Some people don't like working out, and that's completely fine, Do you? And for me, I always say, I'm not living in your shoes. I'm not living your life. I am living my own life, and I share what I'm learning. This is what this podcast is all about, is just sharing my experiences. And very soon, hopefully in the next month or so, I'm going to start having guests. I'm going to start having different seasons, different episodes, but I wanted to start this. And sometimes when you start something, it can be very challenging. Yeah, this episode is about challenges, and it can be very challenging. How could it be challenging? The first episode I did, I had 30 views, and that's quite a good number for a first episode. I shared with all my friends. I shared with a lot of people that genuinely care about me, and I said, please guys, take a listen. It sounds a bit depressing. It sounds a bit down, but hey, I gotta start somewhere. It's like a plant. You plant the seed, and then the seed's not gonna grow right away, and it becomes this beautiful plant where you can either have fruits from, or you can use the vegetables from, or even a tree. Things take time, and that is okay. You just gotta keep busy. You gotta do something else. You gotta plant another plant, or you don't really want to do anything, and that is completely fine. But when you start something from nothing, this is where you challenge yourself. This is where you say to yourself, am I going to keep this going? Am I going to start myself a routine where I'm going to feel good about it, where it's going to feel good later? Or am I going to let it take me down? I'm going to look at the initial results, and then it's not going to be good, and I'm just going to let it tear me down. That's how you learn. That's the only way to learn. You learn by experimenting. You experiment and you try different things. You try new things. And if it doesn't work, that's okay. Just keep going. It's okay to fail. Failing is the key to success. That's what I say, at least. A lot of people would agree with me, and a lot of people probably wouldn't. But I promise you, based on my experience, failing is a recipe for success. You fail once, you fail twice, you fail 100 times until you gotta succeed once. You only gotta succeed once. It's the same exact thing with staying positive. Constantly, all day long, we have our challenging thoughts. Oh man, do I want to do this? Well, do I want to do that? Do I want to do that? But then you put yourself in an uncomfortable situation for yourself. You put in some work, you put some effort towards it. And eventually, a month, 6 months, 1 year down the line, if you keep doing it, there's no other way than for it to succeed. Before I started doing this, I started looking a lot at videos. I started watching other content creators. I started watching influencers and how they started initially. Was it cringy? Was it uncomfortable? Was it good? Was it bad? And you know what? I wasn't judging anything. I was just wanting to understand what is the recipe for succeeding on your platform. What is the recipe on succeeding in this lane that I want to do? Some of us just wanna grow plants. Some of us wanna work out. Some of us wanna do something about themselves. Maybe they wanna do sales. Maybe they wanna do sell products online. Anything. It could be anything. It's all the same formula for whatever you want to do. I know this episode is about challenges, but this is more of a hopefully motivational conversation between you and I, and it's not gonna be easy, It's a bit challenging to walk through this, to talk about this, and to grow this. Working towards your best self, trying to do good, trying to be selfless. Those are incredible ways to start. And again, it's going to be challenging initially, but keep going, Make sure that you surround yourself with those positive folks that you want to learn from. choose your friends. You can choose your friends. I said this the other day to one of my good friends, is that you can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family. Sometimes your family are your support. They're your backbone. They're the ones that are going to provide you with all the advice that you need, with all the tools that you need. And sometimes, unfortunately, they're not. They're gonna be your challenge. They're gonna be the ones that are gonna take you down, and that's okay. That's your journey. That's your test in life, and you gotta accept that. You have to accept it. If you don't accept it, you're just gonna keep letting this take you down. And if you keep hard on yourself, if you stay hard on yourself, if you completely ignore the fact that you have the ability to make something out of this, to grow from this, to do something better for yourself, if you want to, only if you want to, because some people are just gonna be manifesting. I just want money. I just want money. That's all I want. If you don't have the focus and the passion and the intention towards it, you're not gonna make it. A lot of I'm gonna use some Chinese businessmen as an example, just because I know a lot of them are really into what do you call it? Primary material like rocks, sand. Do you think they're passionate about it? No, they're not. They just are passionate about business. They're passionate about what they want to do to get to where they want. But they put in that passion into their energy flow. And once they put that, then they grow. They grow, they grow, they grow. They see results, and they might not see results right away. Study the market, do your research before you jump onto this. And again, I know it sounds difficult, but I promise you it's not. Once you start, then that's it. You have a good start. You have created something out of nothing. Don't let the first few months or few days or whatever it is to be your stats. Don't use this as a stat. As long as you see a small progression towards something positive, use that. Use that small progression. Use that and hold on to it and see what works, see what not. Tests. Test. It all comes within. It's all in the mindset. It's all in your routine. Going back to your routine, going back to what do you want to do, how do you want to do it, how do you want to approach it. Watch other people that are doing the same exact thing, study the market, research it, and it's going to happen. It's not, and then you know what? It's okay to fail. Going back to failure, it's okay to fail. If we do not fail, we're not doing something right. Something is wrong. If we're not failing, something is wrong. And you know what? Sometimes you might get a one hit, and then suddenly it's a success. And then you have to maintain it. How do you maintain it? How do you keep growing? If you can find that recipe, challenge yourself. It's good to challenge yourself. Because life is always going to be challenging. There's always going to be challenges, regardless of if you have a business, regardless if you don't have a business, regardless if you have a routine for yourself. It's going to be challenging. Life is hard. Life is not easy. No matter who you are at any level, financially, emotionally, if you're secure, if you're insecure, life is going to be challenging, and that's okay. It's how we deal with it. That's where the secret is. I'm very happy sharing these thoughts with you guys because, again, I'm speaking to myself. I'm telling myself these things, and I really hope that this is helping. This has been a very challenging process for me, at least. Even starting a podcast, I never thought I was able to maintain a conversation, maintain something, because I'm not basing this off of notes. I'm not basing this off of things that I have thought of in the past or in the past day or so. I just follow the signs of the day and think about, what do I want to talk about today? What is something that is holding me back? What is something that people can relate to me with? And today it was about challenges, because life is full of challenges. And I had few challenges in this week, especially coming back from the retreat from Peru. It was really uneasy to get back to just normal reality, as we call reality, to society, to my house, to my life. It was a bit challenging, and I kept thinking to myself, oh wow, I spent 2.5 weeks out in the Amazon jungle, and now I have to come back and just face life as it is. And what am I going to do about it? How am I going to face it? How am I going to integrate with my experience? And this is it. This is how I'm integrating with it. This is how I'm growing with it. And speaking with positive friends, speaking with good friends, speaking with my family. I'm very grateful. My family's very supportive. Anything I do, they're supportive of me. I don't ask for anything. I just ask for support from them. And for me, this is a lot. It's a lot to ask for support because your family's gonna be challenged. Your family's gonna have your daily challenges. Your family's going to be going through a lot that you might not be aware of because sometimes your mom and dad, they don't want to put that burden on you. And that's okay. That's why you have friends. And be careful what you share with your friends as well. Not everyone want to hear about your challenges. Not everyone want to hear about your failures, because they're going to think of you as negative. Choose your topics. Choose what you want to talk about with. Test with your friends. You know your friends better than you know anything else. Um, Share with them what you want to talk about. Share with them. Ask them for advice, and don't take that advice to heart. Just take it to your logic. Think about it. Does it really match my vibe? Just listen. Doesn't have to trigger you. Doesn't have to do anything. It just has to inspire you. If it inspires you the right way, just keep going. If it doesn't, if it rubs you off the wrong way, keep listening. Do not let them down, because comes another day, another subject, another topic, and I promise you, you're gonna use their advice to your advantage. You're gonna use their advice to what you want in life for you to progress properly, because again, they're not you, you're not them. You're just trying to find the harmony and the synchronicity together so that you guys you can grow and you can use this to your advantage. um, I always say this on my podcast. I'm very grateful with the group of people that I've surrounded myself with. I'm extremely grateful. I have incredible, amazing, successful friends. I'm very thankful for those friends. And whenever I speak with them, I don't come off as this person that knows it all. Hey guys, I know this and this and this. It's always an organic conversation, and I'm pretty sure you guys have the same thing. No one's gonna choose their friend, and their friend is gonna beat them down, and then you're gonna accept it. No, you're just gonna walk away from it. You're gonna walk away from any negative energy, and then it's gonna feel good later. One of the challenges that I'm facing is I want to do podcasts in Arabic. Arabic is my first language. I don't know if you guys knew this or not. For those who are listening and watching for the first time, Arabic is my first language, and I love speaking in Arabic. It makes me feel comfortable. Speaking in English is out of my comfort zone, especially speaking for this long period of time. It is uneasy. It's really uneasy for me. But that's my challenge, and I decide to tackle it head on, straight on. How do I do this? How do I approach this? What do I talk about? And then, if I do I have enough vocabulary to tackle this? Thankfully, over the past 5 years, because I've only been speaking full English, and I'm not sure, like, I hear some people that tell me, oh, you have an accent. Some people tell me, oh, I don't even hear an accent. You sound like someone that I grew up with. But personally, I grew up in Lebanon. I grew up in Beirut. I've lived in the Arab world most of my life. I've traveled all over. I've been to almost every continent except for Antarctica, and I haven't been to Australia yet. But talking about this, going through this experience, and trying to overcome the fear of speaking in English and not be embarrassed or not be shy and try to deliver a message, that's where my challenge is. That's where I find myself in an uncomfortable situation. And thankfully, it seems that it's working because I'm getting a lot of positive feedback. And a lot of my good friends are giving me feedback as well on how to talk, how to say certain things. Some of my previous episodes are very slow, and my intentions was listen to this before you go to bed. Maybe when you're in bed, laying down, put your headphones on, play me, and then listen to what I'm saying, and you can fall asleep to it. I mean, that was my intention, to be honest. I want you to fall asleep knowing that, hey, you're not alone. I'm also going through challenges. I'm also going through certain things that Maybe you're going through, maybe you're not going through, maybe you don't want to hear this, maybe you don't want to hear about something that is, I don't want to say depressing, but that's gonna bring you down. I want you to feel good. That is my whole that is my whole mantra at the moment. Not at the moment, usually, actually, like, that's what I want. That's what I truly want. I want people to feel good, especially when they're in my presence, when they're listening to me. If you're not feeling good around me, just, I would either say something to me. I would come to me and say, hey, Mustafa, sometimes you feel very depressing, and do you want to switch it up? Do you want to do something about it? Some people are just going to distance themselves and they're going to say, I don't know if this is for me. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if your ways are inspiring enough or motivating enough for me to do something about it. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to agree to disagree. It's okay. That's the beauty of life. We're here on this life for us to meet one another, for us to learn from each other. How did I decide to start this podcast? I watched other creators. I learned from them. Usually when I'm driving, I turn on a podcast and I listen. I listen to all sorts of podcasts, and I never thought to myself, "Oh wow, this is what I really want to do. This is what I'm thinking about. This is I want to start a podcast." I never thought I had the ability to do this. I always had this self-challenging thing within me where it's telling me, "No, you're not good enough. No, you're not good enough." But to be honest, guys, I believe in myself. I truly believe in myself. And it starts there. Believe in yourself. There's only one you. Unless you have a twin, but then again, you guys are also your own individuals, you support one another. Believe in yourself. Make sure that you have self-love. That's why starting a routine in the morning is extremely important, because when you do, then you are showing yourself some love. You're making sure that you are adapting to yourself. You're making sure that you're okay with your challenges. You're making sure that you are challenging yourself and you're taking yourself to another level. That's one way to go about it. If you don't love yourself, then nothing you're gonna produce is gonna be loving, and it's gonna be accepted by other people. They're gonna say, "Why is this person hating on themselves?" They're incredible people. I wish they can see what we can see. It's all perspectives. It's all love. There's no such thing as I'm hating on myself because I don't look good. It's okay. It's really okay. You are you. There's no other person other than yourself. People love you for who you are. Don't be too hard on yourself. Just don't. It's not gonna do you good. It's only gonna harm you. How do you get out of it? Listen to others. Listen to others that inspire you. I'm not saying to just listen and listen and listen and then it throws you off. Just listen to others. Listen to those who can truly motivate you. And when you do, it's gonna feel good. And then apply those things onto yourself. Make them your own. Create your own mantra. Create your own destiny. You can do anything you want. This is your movie. This is your world. This is your life. And we are characters in each other's movies. I was speaking with my good friend Eugen today, and Eugen has been a brother to me in the past 6-7 years. I love him dearly, and he said something very important. He's the inspiration to this episode today. And he told me, Mustafa, people don't realize that the only obstacle that they have in their lives are themselves. They are the challenge. They are the ones that are creating this for themselves, and then it gets complicated and it gets into a knot, and then it's really hard to get out of this knot. You have to go in and start working your way out of it so that you can go back to simplicity. Simplify, challenge yourself, love yourself. It starts with loving yourself. It starts with making sure that you're on the right path where it feels good. Don't feel like a failure. Again, failing is incredibly important in the recipe of success. Unless you don't want to succeed, and that is okay, just exist. It's all about existing. There's only one you. And one last thing I want to say before I hop off this episode. I'm very happy that this episode has been very organic, has been very good. It's okay to fail. It's okay to fail. It's okay to go through those challenges as long as you are aware that this is a recipe for where you want to be. It's your perspective. I want to tell you guys, I love you so much. I'm so grateful for all of you. I'm so grateful that you are able to listen to me. And please do not take things personally. This is not an attack. Not at all. This is the complete opposite. I want you guys to feel good. I want you guys to challenge yourself. I want you guys to understand that anything is possible. It truly is. Anything is possible. Who knew that COVID was going to happen out of nowhere? Out of nowhere, we had such a normal life, and then suddenly COVID happened, and it threw us off. You know, it killed the vibe. It killed our vibe. And what are we going to do? We went into freak out mode. Are we going to do this? Are we going to take the vaccine? Are we not going to take the vaccine? Maybe I shouldn't use that word, so I'm going to beep it. But still, I might not beep it. I might just leave it. I don't want to live in fear. I honestly, this is just a conversation so that you guys can be inspired and be motivated. I love you all. Thank you so much for listening and watching. This is my first recorded episode, and I'm going to be bringing a lot more of those. Next week, I'm going to have a special guest on me. I'm not going to tell you who it is. We're going to start a new season and a new category, but I'm going to keep those single episodes coming.